So a buddy and I were having a conversation about, of all things, evergreen niches. Topics, subjects, whatever, that will always 100% sell no matter what. And how this got started is he told me he was actually pivoting his business, that he's going to be leaning more into golf because he's a golfer and he knows that every time something comes up golf related, he feels like he needs to buy it. Whether it's gadgets or clubs or balls or shirts or whatever. He just buys all these golf things, and all of his golf buddies buy these golf things. And I thought, that's brilliant. And he said, yeah, kids and golf. And I said, what? And he's like, kids and golf. People will always buy things for kids and buy things for golf. And that made me think about these commercials that I used to see on television where they were selling these videos of nothing but industrial trucks, like trash trucks, work trucks of all sorts, just film trucks driving around. And they would sell those to parents because little kids, for some reason, are obsessed with trucks. And they will watch trucks all day long. I don't know if those videos are still available, but I know that the person who made it probably made $1 bazillion from those videos. All he did was stand out there on the street or wherever in the construction zone and film the trucks driving around. No narration, no music, just trucks. $1 bazillion. That made me think about other evergreen niches that we could exploit for our own purposes and sell maybe our own $1 bazillion of whatever. Hi, I'm Dave, and I make things. What's going on? As the name says, I'm Dave, and I do make things. I make all the things. And this week, it seems like the things I'm making are videos, because that seems to be all I'm making this week. I did make some art things, but other than that, I've made a lot of videos this week. But one of the other things I made this week were lists. I made a whole bunch of different lists. All those lists are related to other videos that I've made, but the list that I made today are 10 evergreen topics or niches that you could use to guarantee that your stuff will always, well, I can't guarantee it's always gonna sell, but it will always be almost ready to sell. I'm gonna word that better. These things will always be popular. Now, whether the thing that you made in relation to these topics is actually good enough for people to buy, that's a whole other topic altogether. But if you wanted to explore these niches, because you feel some sort of affinity to them, as I do have a bit of affinity to a few of those, and I'm sure you'll know which ones as soon as I share them, or you know that you could at least use them to your advantage, well, by all means, use these to your advantage and make $1 bazillion. Results may vary, no guarantees. Okay, so let's not break any molds. Number one is golf. I'm not a golfer. I don't golf, but I know a lot of golfers. Like I said before, they love to buy golf things. They like to buy gadgets that help them golf. They like to buy gadgets that remind them of golf. They like to buy golf equipment. They like to buy golf clothes. Their family knows that they like golf, so they buy them golf things. Golf will always be one of those things that men and some women do to get themselves out of the house. They're very passionate about getting out of the house and hit a little ball with a metal club. I'm not trying to diminish golfers. It's just one of these things that people will always pay money for. I mean, just the act of going to go golf these days is so absurdly expensive. Hundreds of dollars to go out for one day to golf. And I think that's probably why golfers are so obsessed with the things, because they may not necessarily always be able to pay to go to the golf range if it's so expensive, but they can definitely be reminded of it by watching golf and buying golf things. So yeah, if you're a golfer or you know someone who is, get as much information as you can about that and then turn that into swag or products or things that make golfers feel better about themselves and, until they can go out of the house and spend $100 on greens fees. Number two, kid stuff. Kids are pretty easy, especially the little ones. Now, when you get older kids, like my boy is almost 11. He has very specific interests. He likes Pokemon, he likes Fortnite, he likes Minecraft. So the adolescents or the kids that are a little bit older, they're tougher. Little kids, toddlers, babies, whatever, even parents of babies or toddlers, they know that these little kids will thrive on the simple things. Things like trucks or dolls or cars or animals or anything that has some relationship to kids and the things that inspire them. Those are the things that you can execute on. I know it seems super simple and probably super saturated, but maybe you have a take on these things that is way different than what everybody else is doing there. For instance, if I were to do it, I would probably turn it on its head a little bit and make it a little bit more punk rock. Punk rock trucks, punk rock zebras and lions, punk rock robots and cars. I don't even know what that means, but that's what I would do. And so maybe you have a take on that that's a little bit different, that maybe outside the norm, that somebody like a dad like me who sees it like, that's pretty cool, I'm gonna buy that shirt for my kid. Number 3, pregos. Pregnant women. People are always buying things from pregnant women. Maybe it's the things that they need to help them with the babies. Maybe it's the things that clothe them to make them feel, better about themselves. Maybe it's just funny things that you share, because they were pregnant, now they're not pregnant. No matter what, there's always gonna be pregnant women. And there's always going to be somebody who wants to buy something for that pregnant lady. Number 4, one of my personal favorites, coffee. People love coffee. They will never not buy coffee. Even in the darkest of times, if I had to go and buy cheap beans in order to make my coffee every morning, I would do it. I would buy coffee before I bought anything else. I would live off of mac and cheese and Wonder Bread and still have good coffee before I bought lesser coffee and better food. It is so wrong, but still so true. Coffee lovers love coffee. Coffee snobs love coffee even more. If you know coffee snobs, or if you are a coffee snob, or at least a coffee lover, build upon that. Number 5, pizza. We're gonna get into a food bit here for a little bit, so bear with me. As far as food goes, it is one of the things that people are emphatic about. I love pizza. I bet you love pizza. Maybe not necessarily all pizzas, but you love some. And that can be a thing for you, possibly. It may seem trivial. And it may not necessarily be the thing that you build everything upon. A while back, I tried to build a brand with my son about donuts. And, it just after a while, it just kind of burns out because it's like, okay, there's only so many donuts I can eat in a particular time before I just feel like trash. Probably the same thing for pizza. But it's not just about you. It's about all the other people who want to eat the pizza. Maybe everybody in the world only eats pizza once a month, but that's once a month that they feel like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I love pizza. Ah! And kind of a sideline to that, strangely, pineapple is a thing. I don't know why this is a thing, but in my research, I have found that pineapple, and maybe even sometimes bananas, but pineapple by itself seems to be a very hot topic. People will always buy things with pineapples on them. I don't know why. I know if you combine it with the pizza, then that's a hearty conversation that people are certainly emphatic about. I like pineapple too, but I can't explain why it sells so well, but I do know that it sells. No matter where you go, no matter what platform you're on, Etsy, Amazon, Redbubble, wherever, doesn't matter. Go type in pineapple and see how many results you get. Number 7, bacon. Not everybody loves bacon. Not everybody eats bacon, but the people who eat bacon, they love bacon. Just like me, they love their coffee and their bacon. My sister-in-law has at least 3 or 4 shirts that all have some sort of connection to bacon. I have no idea how often my sister-in-law eats bacon, but she certainly tells the world that she loves bacon, and she cannot be alone in this. There has to be plenty of people out there in the world willing to buy bacon-oriented things because there's just people that are passionate about it. They're passionate about thinly sliced pieces of grilled pork. Number 8. Unicorns. Unicorns are like the universal symbol of happiness and joy. It may seem too saccharine sweet, it may seem too foo-foo for you, but let me tell you something about unicorns. They're badass. They're so badass that people have turned unicorns into every single other type of thing. Go to Etsy right now and type in unicorn, and you will find over 250 pages of unicorn stuff. That's 7,500 different products of just unicorn things. Cute ones, tough ones, punk rock looking ones, mom looking ones, dad looking ones, kid looking ones. So many different unicorns. And if you're a unicorn fan, why aren't you on that bus? Get on the unicorn bus. Bus to Unicorn Town. I'll ride that metaphor as long as I can. Number 9, the great outdoors. I say that as I'm indoors, but the great outdoors. People like to get out and do things. Now that's a really broad niche, super broad niche, but I know it's a thing because a good buddy of mine has capitalized on that with his t-shirt company, focusing much of his energy on the whole outdoors thing. Biking, surfing, camping, hiking. People like to get outside, especially right now in the times that we are in. People are just itching to get outdoors. If you love the outdoors and you know people who love the outdoors, which you probably do, even if they're just a casual, person that hikes and walks around the lake. What can you make or build that focuses on that? The people that go outdoors need to wear things. They need to have things. They like to express their outdoorsiness on their mugs and their phone cases, and outdoorsy people love to tell you that they're outdoorsy people. How many runners do you know that try to convince you that you need to start running? Those people need shirts. They need mugs. They need socks. They need things. Maybe not need, but they want these things whether they tell you or not. They want these things. They want to wear shirts that say, hey, I run for a living and I just happen to have a job on the side. I just made that up on the spot. If you want that one, take it for yourself. And number 10, entrepreneurs. Just like runners, entrepreneurs love to tell people that they're entrepreneurs. They love to imply that they're entrepreneurs. They love to tell you how hard they're working. I mean, hell, I made a killing off of a mug that says do the work. And I made that original design for myself as a motivation to get off my ass and start doing stuff. And then everybody else wanted one too. They also like to be acknowledged for their efforts. They like other people to recognize that they're trying to put in hard work to do the thing that they love. Just like everything else we've talked about on this list, there's got to be somebody who is close to that entrepreneur who is just trying to find a way to tell them that they support them. And maybe just saying the words isn't enough. Maybe buying them a mug that says, do the work, is exactly what that person needs from this other person. And that person wants to buy that mug well, they're gonna buy that mug for me, but they'll buy your thing from you and share it with the person that they love. But here's the kicker about entrepreneurs. You can combine them with everything else on this list. Golf entrepreneurs, pregnancy-related entrepreneurs, coffee entrepreneurs, pizza entrepreneurs, unicorn entrepreneurs? Unicorn has some sort of relationship to the startup world, so maybe just imagine taking two of these very powerful niches and combining them together and creating the perfect situation for making yourself that bazillion dollars. No guarantees, results may vary. Truthfully, you can actually take anything on that list and combine it with some other things to create this kind of even more niched down niche so that you are more accurately hitting a certain type of person. Now, do you have to do only that one thing? Do you have to only make stuff for pizza entrepreneurs? No, of course not. You could make pizza entrepreneurs and coffee entrepreneurs and bacon entrepreneurs and pineapple entrepreneurs? Pineapple pizza entrepreneurs. But really, you can combine them with anything, and then when you do, you're just more likely to find the people that are just so crazy in love with the idea that somebody made something for them. But like everything, do your own research. Go search up these different marketplaces and find out if people are even looking for that thing. Because I could be wrong about the whole pineapple entrepreneur thing. I mean, you're not gonna, I bet you if you type that into Etsy, you're not gonna find that. But that doesn't mean it couldn't happen. Maybe you're the one who makes pineapple entrepreneur a thing. Again, results may vary. So there you go. That is my extensive list of very passionate niches. The people in these niches are just waiting for your stuff. Time to get to work. Folks, I really appreciate your time hanging out here. If there was anything I missed or if there's a niche that you think I should have included, do me a favor, go down to the comments and share it because I would love to know what you think. And while you're headed down there, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and then hit that bell because you never want to miss a thing. Oh, and if this channel is something that you feel you want to share with somebody, I'd be okay with that too. There's a share button. And on that note, I'm out. Guys, I've been Dave. You've been awesome. Go make more stuff.